In Twin Cities, Minnesota to get to know Stan Dirt Monkey Genadek.
Good, Taylor. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Welcome to my garage.
Yeah, man. There it is.
Check it out. There's the wall of tools. I do my tool testing on.
Nice.
Here's my new bench. I just literally set this up. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. So I got a monitor here. And then I can mount my camera right here. So I can do top downs. I got my lights hooked up here, here, and here, so that I can get a top-down shot right from here, and I can see it right here. So as I'm looking at a tool or a piece of equipment and I'm working it, the camera can be watching what I'm doing, and I can see what I'm doing in the camera right from here. I just set that up yesterday. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet setup.
Yeah. There's Storm. She don't like strangers. Hello. Hello, there's my girl. Oh, there's my girl. Hello. Hi. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's a good girl? Yes. You can see her tail wagging under there. She's like, you got a stranger, but I like you.
Stranger danger.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello, Storm. Who's a good girl? Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. All right. So here's the vent track, here's my mower, here's my spare, where I keep my some of my lawn mowing equipment. And that's the fox crying.
Oh, she's sad.
So this isn't where I keep my heavy equipment, this is where I keep my lawn mowing equipment.
Gotcha.
But not all of it, because I don't have enough room here, so we keep some of it over in another place.
Yeah. I didn't know you had a zero turn.
This looks like, yeah, I never use it.
Oh, that's right. I think you said that. I saw that in a video a while back because the grandstands are like
way
where it's at. Yeah.
Way more efficient. And keep our hand tools in there. Snow plowing equipment stays on one site. So a lot of guys want a shop tour, right? And they're like, oh, I want to see your shop. I'm like, snow plowing equipment is in one area. Lawn mowing equipment is in another area. Heavy equipment is in a completely third area. So it's like, I don't really have one centralized location.
What are you doing with that sledgehammer, Stanley? Like you're about to
We
wreck
gotta
some
go.
stuff.
We gotta go put a timber in a house where we gotta put a support beam up into a house. Frankie's we're knocking walls out, and so there was this house we're working on. It was just all walls. So the whole center of the house was just all these weird walls. We took them all out. Like literally every wall in the house. We're gonna put a timber in up above. So we gotta get a bottle jack and a sledgehammer because we gotta be able to knock it into place to get it to fit tight.
This is a nice house, man. I remember you saying you built this all yourself, right?
Yep, 100%.
How long did it take?
First part of the house took a year, and then I built the basement, which took a year. I finished that. Then I built the barn, which took a year. Finished that, and then I didn't have anything to do, so then I ripped the back half of the house off and built another house on top of the back half of the house, and that took a year.
It's a beautiful house.
And then I did the basement. Then I did the basement, and that took another year.
So how many emails do you have?
326 from Saturday at midnight, because that's the last time that I go through everything, to Monday morning when I wake up. So everybody that emails me, I take the time to read, because I mean, it takes longer for them to write something than it does for me to read something. So every single person that reaches out to me, at least I can read their message, and I try to get back to the ones I can, but unfortunately there's absolutely no way, because that's daily. So we're driving right now. Tim's driving, so this gives me a chance to go through this and make sure that I acknowledge every single person that contacts me. Been accepted, just had the inspection done, and evidence of future problems with water. Don't know if you remember me, Stan, but I met you at a Milwaukee event a couple years back. You're my first call. Yep.
I got a really good benefits package. But just when I go plowing, I seem to make so much more money and I'm way more satisfied.
You mean you like being your own boss, Dan?
I do. I really like being my own boss.
Okay, so you've got to understand, an entrepreneur is the only person that would trade an 80-hour work week for a 40-hour work week. Are you ready to make that kind of a sacrifice?
That I am.
Okay, well then you've answered your own question. You got to realize, though, you're going to be the worst person you've ever worked for eventually.
No, I do understand that part.
Okay, so the people that succeed are the ones that are the most driven, right? The key to success isn't in having the most knowledge or the best equipment. It's the guy that's the hungriest. It's the guy that's willing to put his pants on and his work boots on a Saturday morning when everybody else is hungover from partying Friday night. Okay, it doesn't take a whole lot. That's the biggest thing that you've got to understand. So if you're ready to do that, then you're ready to own your own company.
Oh, good.
Is that what you're ready to do?
Start though from there though. Yeah, I'm ready for that. I dabble in a lot of different stuff, if that makes sense. Like I buy and sell cars here and there, and I do a lot of flipping of random, used items, and I've been doing this for a long time, where I kind of want to go a lot bigger now. I want to jump in, and I want to make some money for myself.
Okay, so you said a couple different things that are telling me that we've got to actually give you a better sense of direction. You say you dabble in flipping cars, so that if that's what you like to do, then that's what you need to do. You can't do a whole bunch of different things and do them well. You've got to be able to figure out exactly what it is you want to do and then focus on that one thing.
Okay.
So, what is it you like to do the most? Do you like running equipment? Do you like flipping cars? Give me an idea, Dan.
I do like buying and reselling stuff. That's tough, because I really do enjoy if I'm running equipment, and I enjoy making deals when it comes to selling stuff.
Okay. So if you like running equipment and you like buying and flipping cars, maybe you buy and flip equipment.
Yeah, there we go.
Right? I mean, because there's people that do that and make a ton of money. Make a ton of money buying and flipping equipment.
Yeah, that would be a great idea then.
Okay.
I've seen you had a video about that too. Where you buy it, you use it, and then you sell it for more than what you just made it.
I'll tell you straight up. I've got a good friend of mine. I wish I made as much money as he makes just from buying, flipping, and renting equipment out. I mean, his facility is insane, but he was inside the industry for quite a few decades before he went out on his own. So if you have that mechanical knack and you know equipment, there is a niche. And remember, the riches are in the niches. Okay? You got to remember that you know, you go out and you do what everybody else does, then you're competing against the price everybody else is willing to sell their service for. But when you do something very, very specialized, you limit your competition, and then that means that you can drive your price up. So here's the next steps. I'm calling you from my cell phone. Now you just keep this number private, okay? But I want you to actually go out and I want you to set your goals. That's your very next thing that you've got to do, is you've got to set your goals. You've got to determine what it is you want to do, and then you're going to either call me or you're going to text me with your goals, and I'm going to review those with you, and I'm going to help make sure that you got the right goals. You don't just have random goals that aren't going to get you anywhere. I'm going to make sure that you got the right goals.
How many? 3, 4, 5 goals?
Well, you should have 3, 4, 5 goals for business, 3, 4, 5 goals for personal, and you know, if there's any other goals that don't fit into business and personal, remember, you got to have your own life, but that own life should be built off from your business. They go hand in hand. And you can have other goals outside of that. I actually have 2 pages of goals that I review every day. So here's your homework. You're going to look up SMART goals. SMART, S-M-A-R-T, SMART goals. You're going to write your goals down in that format, and then we'll talk again.
Will do.
All right?
I'll be on that today.
All right. And then if you're serious about getting your business started, go check out our mastermind group at Dirt Monkey. I made it specifically to help guys like you out. It's specific for your situation.
One thing about that, do you need to have Facebook to be on that?
Yes, because the biggest tool that we have is the private Facebook group. I mean, because we've got over 350 contractors that every single day help each other figure stuff out every day. So then you're not just getting me, you're getting we. When I say we, you're getting the collective mind of 350 different opinions and experiences.
All right, I'll definitely, I'll have to set up a Facebook thing. I've never had one.
Jobs where there's nothing nice about it at all. We've got a fence that supposedly stays in place. Now I say supposedly because a lot of the times what a customer wants and what you can actually deliver and still do a good job aren't always the same thing. So this is a double terrace retaining wall, and obviously the design that was here didn't work because half of the terrace, upper terrace, is on the ground. So really what we've got to do is we've got to come in with the retaining wall, a new one. Take a look at where that garage is at. So we got to come in off from there, bring the wall out here, but the fun doesn't end there. Then we've got a house foundation, so we've got a skinny in between the house. We got a fence down here, and build a retaining wall. So we've got pressure that we've got to be putting onto the foundation of this basement, meaning that when we go to put this in, we're going to have to set up a monitoring station in the basement of this house, because I'm not just going to go randomly start to work in here without knowing what the pre-existing conditions are and to monitor how our work is impacting the foundation of this house. But the fun gets more fun because look at what do we got here. We got a reverse grade. Go ahead, step back a little bit, Naylor. I want you to be able to see this. Guys, look at this grade. This grade is wonked. So you got your sill plate right here, right? And this whole thing is too high. So any water that's coming right in here is going up onto the sill plate of this house, which covered by siding could be rotting out the sill plate and could be rotting the top 6-8 inches of the actual stick framing on top of this house. So this whole area should be skinned down, and then the grade should be kicked to the front and to the back. So these are all things that when you come in, you really should be doing at the same time that you're building this. But when you're doing that, you also have to drop the wall footing down, because now you're dropping this grade down and you still got to embed that wall. So we're going to create a swale. Swale's going to run that way. Swale's going to run that way. Going to take this wall out. We're going to drop the wall down. Going to pull it out. We don't have room for geogrid, so we're going to backfill the entire void with 3/4 inch angular stone so that we've got enough drainage between here and enough basic strength that we can build the wall the right way.
So today we went around all these different projects that you have bidding.
Yeah.
So we went from ripping out pools,
Yep.
ripping out and putting up retaining walls,
Yep.
and then even some commercial like lawn care properties, right?
Yes.
Like lawn maintenance and all that.
Yeah, we probably looked at least $200,000 worth of work today.
Wow. And that's a typical day for you? I mean, like when you're in town and when you're available?
When I'm in town, when I'm available, yep. I mean, I'll have millions of dollars bid every single season.
Wow.
That's why I have such a long waiting list of jobs, because then as they start to come in, I mean, I don't need a high close ratio.
Right.
And I don't really want a high close ratio.
You're
I don't want to be low bid on any single job. When
Right.
it boils down to somebody saying to me, "Hey, you know what? Can you drop your price by $50?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Because I got $2 million worth of
Yeah,
work, man.
exactly.
Why am I going to drop my price there
Right.
when I've got all this other work that I can take on?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to drop my price for one person to then say to another person, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do your job because I'm already busy with this job that I dropped my price on."
Right. So what's like your bread and butter services out of like those kind of things?
So why would I want to do bread and butter services?
Or like the ones that you focus on so you can scale it and market it.
Now I'm asking you questions. You're the
Yeah.
interviewing me, but really what I really want to get your mind away from is
Yeah.
bread and butter. What can I do day in and day out and just eke my living out? I don't want anybody. I don't want you guys to eke your living out. I don't want you to eke your living out. And we talked about it. I think you should have started to get that feel from it. See, guys, I was questioning this guy. I'm like, "So what do you see, Naylor?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not going to disclose my secrets." I'm like, "No, you're just BSing me. You haven't seen it yet." Right? So what you
I see
really
what
should
you're
be
saying.
seeing
Mhm.
is the riches are in the niches. We're not competing against every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right.
When we bring our services, you got to actually see me interact with 2 different customers today.
Yeah.
Did it seem like I was your standard contractor, just here's my number and walk away?
Not at all. Not at all.
What did I do?
You spent the time with them. You basically used all of your knowledge and explained to them how everything needs to be and what you can do for them and what what they can expect of you and your company and everything. And I mean, even one person even said, that I'm not sure if the other people even went into all this and thought about all the stuff that you think about. So it's pretty clear. That's why you can charge so much and why you can win those bids, the bids that you want, the bids that will run your business. So.
Got it. The bids that I want,
Right.
I can then cherry pick.
Right.
Right? So all day long, what I was doing was I was planting all of these seeds across the whole Twin Cities. And so I don't know which ones are going to come to fruition, but when they do, now I'm going to go, nah, yeah, nah, yeah. I'm going to cherry pick. I'm going to pick the jobs that I want that really are going to bear the most fruit for my company, for my team, and for my business. That's the difference.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Awesome.
I appreciate
Thanks.
coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It was awesome hanging out with you today. That's that. How you want to go? As high as you can go. I don't think Naylor knows what he's getting into when he says that to Tim.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and click the bell for future notifications. Check back for the next episode in 2 weeks and catch my live show on echomeansbusiness.com every 3rd Wednesday of the month.